All right. The accountant section of the application. The accountant has a couple of features, and we classify them under 6 functionalities that you can do on the platform. Okay. Now, number one is you can actually create a payment account where people make payments into. For example, your regular, the last time you guys said you use accounts with numbers. So we created this platform, so you create it anyhow you want to create the account. All right, that's the account receivables where payments are made into. All right, then you can also create job accounts. Say for example, these job expense accounts, feeding money, fuel maintenance, charge, oil change for individual accounts. All right, you can do all of that as an accountant. Even though, yeah, a cashier can also do that. We also give a cashier the privilege to be able to do that, but also give the accountant also a privilege to be able to also handle job accounts and view the job ledger. All right, so you can also view a customer ledger. Of course, you can view a customer's ledger. You can view an account ledger. You can view the general ledger. Okay, and of course you can view the job ledger. So these are the 6 things you'll be able to do on the platform as an accountant. You'll be able to create a payment account. You'll be able to create a job account. You'll be able to view a customer's ledger. You'll be able to view an account ledger. You'll be able to view a general ledger, and you'll be able to view a job ledger. Now let's get into the system and see how these things are done. Now I still provide my login details and click on rather the sign in button to log me in. Once I log in, I get displayed an account statement section, of course. So here you can see I can view a customer's record, just like before we logged in. I told you can view a customer's record. Okay. Under the accounting, you can view a customer ledger. Now, customer record is different from a customer ledger. Customer record is simply all the customers you have on the system, which we also give you a privilege to be able to add a new customer. So apart from the accountant adding a new customer, the other personnel that can add a new customer is the sales people. Okay, they can also add new customers to the account. Now, under the jobs, the accountants can add a new job. All right, a new job account. So starting off with the new job account, you simply click on the job account from here to get to this point. Click on add new, and you can add a new job account. Okay, so let's say for example I want to add for a particular warehouse. So I can say a tricycle, or tri-wheel rather, or tri-wheel feeding, tri-wheel feeding. All right, and I can add this under feeding. Now, how to add these other subcategories? Any account you create here also gets listed here. So if maybe I don't want to work on feeding, for example, I want to work on maintenance, for example, their monthly maintenance for that particular warehouse or a particular individual or whatever, I can just call this maintenance. All right, and add it under the main category, of course, because it's the main category. And the budget for that, and the monthly budget, say 60,000 on maintenance. Add the category. So now I have maintenance as a job. All right, like a main parent job. So you can see here it's here, and the parent now is main, so it's a main job account. So if I want to add for a particular warehouse, for example, tri-wheel maintenance, I can now do this, and excuse me, I can now add a tri-wheel maintenance and add it under maintenance as a parent. Okay, and give it a budget, maybe 30,000 in this instance monthly, and I'll click on add category to now add this job account as a maintenance account. That is going to be a sub account under the parent account maintenance. So this is how you create job accounts. And also under the job ledger, you can also create a new job. All right, by clicking on the add new job button here, and the account where the job is going to be taken from, that's the money is going to be taken from, maybe cash, to the individual receiving it. Then the category where it's going into, maybe a tri-wheel or a particular car, fuel maintenance, whatever category has been created before, you select it from here. The amount and the date for this particular transaction, you can just put in today and the time, and the description, whatever description you want to use here. I can say by for example Sebastian, okay, and then add this job. So it gets saved successfully, and you can save the job here, and this is the name of the person that raised this job, that registered it, and then these are the details of the job. All right, so that's it about adding a job, creating a job account and the job ledger. The next thing about the accountant is you can also view a customer's ledger by clicking customer ledger menu here, and you can see all of these books are the ledgers for these individual customers here. So I can view John Terry's ledger by simply clicking on this button here, and it takes me to John Terry's ledger account, the credit, debit, and stuff. All right, I can go back and click on Sarah Logan's account here, Lucky's account here. All right, and you'll be able to see the full detail. Now, some of these databases have been tampered with, and that's why some of the accounts are mostly not having 00 and credit limits or 00 here, because this is more like a demo. Okay, but then when you actually start inputting the real values and doing the real accounting thing, everything here should tally, everything should balance out. All right, so that is it with how the customer ledger looks like. And of course, you can print the customer ledger by simply clicking on the print button there, and it gets displayed. Let me switch this to a regular printer. Load the preview, and that's it. So you can still print the customer ledger for this particular customer with this name and this ID and the customer's ledger. So if a customer walks in and wants to see his or her account, the ledger, you can simply just produce it that fast. And if for a particular reason you want to limit it to a particular date and time, okay, you can simply say, for example, want to view a transaction that happened today being 30th August, you can simply click on 30th August and sort it. So all the transactions that happened on 30th August will get displayed here. I think for some reason the network is not responding fine. Okay, yeah, these are transactions done on 30th August rather. I was looking at the 08. Okay, so if I move to transactions that were done on the 23rd of August, for example, or from the 1st of August to the 23rd, it can also show me, see, I haven't done any transaction on this particular day. But if I increase from 1st to the 31st, for example, even though we're still on the 30th, but from 1st to 31st, it will show me every transaction that was done on that date, and I can print it out. All right, so that is it with the customer ledger. Let me quickly refresh this. All right, so the customer ledger. Now the general ledger, of course, houses the general transactions, everything that happened, the credit limits and balance. And like I said earlier on, some of those things, because we've been deleting and test running everything, so you may just see the balances and the credits and debits are not really coinciding with this. But even though Yeah, they're not really 100% coinciding with this because we deleted some values when testing programmatically not here. But when everything starts going in, which we've tested, everything is supposed to balance out by the balance, the credit, the limit, the credit, the debit, and everything should balance out. For the individual accounts, the cash, the fidelity accounts, and whatever accounts that we have here on the system. Okay, so wow, let's try with my mouse. Okay, let me just refresh. Alright, so that is with the general ledger. Now the accounts ledger simply holds, of course, the account statements, the opening, the closing. Now you can see it's actually arranged from bottom to up. So this was Friday, and this is today being Monday. Okay, for a particular account. So these are for now the accounts that will have transactions in. This is the opening account for today and the closing account. Now this morning this has to be the opening account, and by the time we're done for today it will generate a closing account for me. So that is it with and if I create a new account also and there are transactions on the account, they also come down here. And this is, you can also sort according to a transaction that was done on a particular date. Like if I want to stop on 27th because of this transaction here, okay, I'll say this. But if I extend it to, let's say, every transaction that was done in August, I'll say this. So that is it with the accounting section of the customers ledger, the general ledger, and the accounts ledger. Now the payments accounts, now those are where payments go into. Okay, this is where you can create a new payment. Now so far we just have these accounts as a receivable account, like you call it, and a cash account. Now I can add a new account. Say if we had a GTB account, GTB and that ends with maybe 909, for example, I can, however you want to create it, click on add account and it comes down here. So if we now go to our list of accounts, we'll find these accounts here. Alright, and once it starts receiving money, it starts being funded, it will get displayed under the accounts ledger. Alright, and that is it for the accounting section. Now the account statement, rather, we made it that it holds the monthly revenues and expenditures that are generated. Okay, it auto generates revenues per month, so it's more like a monthly account statement. So for August so far we've had 0 expenses, and the revenue we've generated has been 9,000 blah blah blah. All right, and the customers have paid in these amounts and this debt that is currently pending. All right, to balance out this revenue that was generated. All right, so that is it with the accounting section. Now a quick recap: the accountant has the privileges of creating a new job and viewing the job ledger, viewing the customer ledger, viewing the general ledger, viewing the accounts ledger, creating and viewing the payment accounts, and then viewing the account statement, which is this. All right, so you just go through the features and the functionality, and if there are some things that we left out, you can let us know, and we'll be fast to work on it and integrate it as soon as we can. I want this thing to be wrapped up before our visit again, so that everything will be smooth and the transitioning effects of deploying the system won't be an issue. So thank you very much for your time, and do have a great day.